Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. I hope you're better. If you're a Chelsea supporter, it's not been great whatsoever. And now we're giving you the match preview, Chelsea versus Southampton. I would have loved to come into this preview knowing that we'd got a result against Real Madrid, but unfortunately we put on an absolute calamity of a performance. And now we are going into this game with doubt. Let's be honest. You know me. I speak my mind. I say it as I see it. And right now, I still stick with what Thomas Tuchel said after that game against Real Madrid. If we even think of showing up in that sort of manner, Southampton can get a result tomorrow. God forbid. I would love to see, and I do expect, I'm going to be real, I do expect a reaction. And I, you know what? I've come to hate that word now. I've come to hate it because it's become cliche. Oh, you lose a football match, we're going to get a reaction. Yeah, no, man. Why does it have to be reactions? Why? You know, sometimes, yes, you lose football matches, you get on with it. You move on to the next one, you're on form again, everything's lovey-dovey. Sometimes you need to actually just be truthful, though. The Brentford game was bad. The Real Madrid game made it even worse. We can't just ignore that and just go, oh, did that? You know, that's not going to happen again. It could. We have to be careful. But we need to go into this game tomorrow not on the mindset of, oh my God, we've lost to Brentford, we've lost to Real Madrid, oh my goodness. No, we need to go in, the players need to go in with a mindset of, we're going to turn this around. Yeah, we're going to turn this around. Let's get back to doing what we do best. And let's turn this around. Because we can't lose tomorrow. If we lose tomorrow, 3 losses on the bounce, in that manner, in that fashion, the media will begin to get on us. Thomas Tuchel will begin to feel some sort of pressure. And the players at that point, I think we've seen that film before. Let's not revisit it. I don't want to see another sequel. It's like Fast and Furious. You know, you see one. Then you see the next sequel, you see number 2, it's pretty good. You see number 3, it's pretty good. You see number 4, okay. You see number 5, okay. You see number 6, all right, it's beginning to get a bit long now. 7, okay, I think we should stop. 8, all right, lads, you're taking the mick now. 9, okay, kill me. Like that's basically the film at Chelsea Football Club. You see pretty much season in, season out now. Let's not do that again. Let's not. So I'm hoping against Southampton, we can wake up, because right now that is what it just looks like we need to do. We need to wake up. Defensively, we look a mess. Midfield, we look open. Attack, we look out of ideas. And the problem, I've spoken with Matisse about this, I've spoken with a few others, and he pointed this out very, very well. And it made me think, when you look at the options, the alternative options that we can go to, right? There's not really much option there, is there? Let's be real. There's not much option that we can go to in terms of, okay, we want to change 4 or 5 players. Let's switch it up. We can't do that. As much as we would like to do that, we can't do that. When you look in terms of the result that went by against Real Madrid, what I'm going to do is read out the bench. Yeah, because the team was bad enough. But look at the players that we go to try and rectify the situation. On the bench, we had, Kepa in goal, let's not include him. Marcos Alonso. Is there a mistake in him? Absolutely, right? I mean, personally, I think I would have started him. But to say that, he is the guy that's going to save the day, no. Marcos Alonso has his flaws, big flaws, okay? Kovacic needed to start, let's be honest. Kovacic was the one on this bench that I look at and go, yeah, you know what, you're cool. You're cool. Lukaku. Do I even need to speak anymore? Do you now understand why I was saying what I was saying weeks ago about Lukaku? I'm sure the game against Real Madrid, if you hadn't seen it already, has enlightened you to understand why I've been saying what I've said about Lukaku and why I've been on his case, because it's become so obvious in front of me and in front of all of us as to why he is offering nothing. Yeah? Anyway, Lukaku. Timo Werner. Bad enough. It's bad enough with Timo now. It's got to a point where it's like, look, you're a lovely guy. Many of the other players, lovely guys, but you're just not delivering the goods. You're not. Loftus-Cheek. Poor performance now after poor performance after poor performance. It's just poor. I understand he's not a defensive midfielder. He should not be used in that situation. But the fact he's being used in that situation because there isn't anyone else is quite concerning. But he shouldn't be playing there. And even the basics in terms of being able to keep the ball, not misplacing a pass, not losing possession so easy. Basic things that you need in any position. We've seen him commit those mistakes game after game after game now. Bettinelli, he's never going to play for Chelsea unless if we play, I don't know, a 5th division team. Chalobah, there's a mistake in him. Although, when you look at him, Christensen, would you bring in Chalobah? Would you not? There's a debate there. But Chalobah, there is a mistake in him. Although, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because it's his first full season and I think he's done fairly well. Not brilliant, but fairly well. So, I'll cut him some slack. Saul, why did we even get him? At this point, why did we even get Saul? Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech on the bench, he's on and off. Inconsistent sometimes. He had that portion of consistency and then he got injured. Then he went out, tried to reintroduce him, and now it's a little bit on and off, on and off. Not bad, but on and off. Anyway, when I get into the team that I would select, you'll hear my thoughts on Hakim Ziyech. Kennedy. I don't even know what to say about this guy. He's just not played, so I don't even know what to say about him. Anyway, Malang Sarr, another one. Not perfect. You'd only use him in one certain situation, and I believe that's a left back in a back 4. Apart from that, though, if you're playing in a back 5, Malang Sarr does not have a place in the team. Unless you play him as a centre-back, but you don't expect a calamity from Rudiger, Silva or Christensen, then you do get that. So you turn to the bench and you think, who are we going to put on? That's the problem with Chelsea Football Club. The alternatives are not there. So when it all goes south, like we've been seeing in 2 games, what do? Well, talking about what we do, we're going to get into the starting 11. Before I do, though, team news. Callum Hudson-Odoi is out for a very long time. Now, it's looking like there's a big concern as to Hudson-Odoi because he had that Achilles issue, but now he's got a back problem. And now, instead of days, he's going to be out for weeks. So, on top of what he's missed already, it's not looking good for Callum whatsoever. So, I can only wish him the best in his recovery. Lukaku is a doubt because he felt some pain. Same goes for Hakim Ziyech, although it seems like they might actually be available for the game tomorrow. So, on top of that, before we get into the starting 11, I could not believe in the press conference that Thomas Tuchel had to find out the news that not Todd Boehly. There is news about Todd Boehly. He's got a new backer. So basically, someone that he part owns the Dodgers with is now coming in to back his bid for Chelsea Football Club. So now we've got 2 Dodgers owners that are going to come in and buy Chelsea. So happy days because that new geezer, I think, is worth 3.3 billion or something. So that's lovely. So if we can add more to that, that would be great. To rival the Ricketts, it's going to be interesting now to see where that goes. But in terms of the news of the bids that have to come in by April 11th, that is no longer the date. What a surprise. Another extension. Yes, it's another extension. Now, they're expecting the sale to be complete in May. So, got another month, people. Maybe more. Thomas Tuchel didn't know. I heard about this first thing in the morning. The journalists knew about this. They came to the press conference for a 1 p.m. press conference with Thomas Tuchel. He found out from the journalists. What's going on? How does he not get that information before any of us? Chelsea Football Club right now, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Let's get into the starting 11. Let's talk about on the pitch, because off the pitch right now, it's just carnage. Anyway, let's get into it. So, talking about who we play, this is going to be a very interesting lineup. I would go Edouard Mendy. Now, you have to. One mistake doesn't mean take him out of the team, throw him away. If he makes mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, okay, you throw him out of the team. One terrible, horrendous, worst time you could make a mistake type of mistake he makes against Real Madrid. I'm hoping his confidence isn't shot. Mendy needs to play, let's be honest. He's been a top goalkeeper for us. Stick him in goal. Just don't do that again. Ever. I don't want to see a mistake like that ever again. You can make a mistake, but not like that. Yeah? Anyway, I'd go to a back 4. For Southampton, I'd go to a back 4. They tend to press very high. It would be a case of having to be defensively solid. But, if they're going to be pressing very high and we're relying too much on our defending, they're going to have more of the ball. And I don't want that. I want us to have control of the game. So I would go to a back 4, hoping that we would be able to influence the game by having more attacking option and putting Southampton on the back foot. That's just me. But in terms of the centre-backs, I'd go Antonio Rudiger and I would go Thiago Silva. They've not been great. Let's be real. Silva, way out of position for that first goal against Benzema. Rudiger, way out of position for that second goal against Benzema. The game against Brentford, the fourth goal, both of them tried to clear it. Nothing happened. I mean, even they've been bad. So, if you're not going to pick any of them, who are you picking? Thomas Tuchel, can he play centre-back? Can any of you play centre-back? If you can, stick your applications into Stamford Bridge and let us know. I can't play centre-back. I've done it before. It's fun, but it's not me. I'm more a midfielder or a striker. Hence, if Chelsea need a centre-forward, I'll happily play for free. But centre-backs, you'd have to stick with Rudiger and Silva. You just have to. Right back, without question, Reece James. Even he didn't have a good game against Real Madrid. You saw the way that Vinicius was being able to find that open space in behind Reece James, and Christensen suffered because of that. Christensen had his own problems. But yeah, even Reece James, defensively, not good. So I'm hoping he switches it on, but he has to play. It's Reece James. He's our best right back or right wing back that we have. Simple as that. Now, in terms of a left back, Azpilicueta's not doing that. Marcos Alonso is not doing that. So who have I gone to? I've gone back to type, Malang Sarr. We're playing in a back four. You play Malang Sarr left back because when we were playing in a back four, Malang Sarr in a left back role was actually doing quite well. In a left wing back role, no, because that means him having to go way too forward, him having to cross the ball way too much. He's not a great cross of the ball. Left back having to go forward once in a while, he can do. So I would go Malang Sarr and I'd reintroduce him into the team. Now, in terms of the midfield, this is sticky. Firstly, actually, one of them is not sticky. Kovacic, he walks into this team. First name on the team sheet right now. Kovacic gets in simple. Alongside him, it's tough. Kante's not been good. Let's be real. He's not been good. I heard the whole thing in the press conference that, his injuries, his illness that he's had across the season. Now he's fasting. Doesn't help, right? In terms of fasting, I wouldn't put his performances solely down to that. When you're having other Muslim players playing and fasting and on form, fantastic. Although his injuries, even his illness and what he's had before, it can all add up. Right now with Kante though, in this game against Southampton, I'd like to think that I can't just put Kante to the side and just think, nah, you're not up to it anymore. I'd like to think he can turn it around. And tomorrow, in a game where I expect the midfield to dominate, I would like to think he would. Jorginho, going forward, as we saw, he provided the assist to Kai Havertz. Fantastic, but defensively, constantly exposed. And I don't want that. I think that's more of a risk than having Kante on the pitch. So for me, I would go Kante alongside Kovacic. And if we get one more bad sign out of Kante, then he has to be dropped. But I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt that he can turn it around against Southampton and build up some confidence from there and some form. So we get the old Kante coming back. Fingers crossed. But Kovacic needs to play. Now, we've gone to a back four, which means we shift the formation a little bit. Personally, Hakim Ziyech comes back into this team. Easily on that right-hand side. And hopefully he plays well. He didn't have the chance to influence against Real Madrid because Edouard Mendy made a mistake after the start of the second half where Ziyech came on, Kovacic came on, hoping to change the game. We threw the game away immediately. So I want to see Ziyech play against Southampton, hopefully build up some form there. The rest kind of needs to stay the same. What I mean by that, Pulisic needs to be on that left-hand side. If not, who are we playing? Pulisic wasn't great against Real Madrid. Let's be honest. Not at all. Neither was Mason Mount. None of them. But who are we playing? Timo Werner. Hudson-Odoi is out. Who are we playing left wing? That's Chelsea's problem right now. We're having to go with players who right now just don't look like they're up to it. And the same goes for Mason Mount. Right now, if I had it my way, I wouldn't play Mace or Pulisic. Right now, based on that performance against Real Madrid, they wouldn't be playing. We don't have anyone else. Name me someone that can play in that midfield role just behind the striker. Ross Barkley? Are we really going to do that? Some of you might say yes. No, I wouldn't. Some would say play Loftus-Cheek there. Nah, I wouldn't either. It's Mason Mount. But right now, Mason Mount has not been good. He's not been good, and it's been game after game after game. He's nowhere close to where he was last season. Nowhere close. And what baffles me, what bugs me about Mace is not to do with him. It's to do with some people that will pretend everything is absolutely fine with him. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him. No, what game are you watching? What game are you watching? Right now, he needs to up himself. The same can be said for Pulisic, although a few of you have been calling for Pulisic to get some consistency on that left-hand side, hoping he actually performs against Southampton. But Mason Mount needs to wake up. He needs to wake up. And again, he only plays because we don't have anyone else to go to. We don't. And up top, Kai Havertz, without question. Havertz looks like he knows what he's doing. He seems like the only one to know what he's doing right now. So this is the situation we're in. We're lacking. Look, my overall analysis of this Chelsea team right now. We are lacking a defensive midfielder deeply. And you can look at this lineup on the screen now and you can see it. Yeah, we're lacking a DM. We're lacking a creative midfielder, a 10, someone in behind the striker that can create, someone that can have an impact, and not just be based on the fact that you can press. Because, Mason Mount has that ability. And I thought that would be something enough to work against Real Madrid. It didn't. And it was clear. And now it's evident. It's not enough. You need to bring more to the table, brother. You need to. We don't get it. We need a DM, a creative midfielder in behind that can impact a game just behind the striker, that can have individual brilliance, that can take the game by the scruff of the neck and have some sort of capacity to change the game himself. You look at a City with a KDB or Bernardo Silva or Foden, even a Foden. You look at a Liverpool and it's just it's constant. Even in a DM role with Fabinho, we don't have that resource, and that's what's annoying right now. That would be my starting 11. Let me know in the comments what you would do. It's tight at the moment, though. It's tight. Let me know what you would do. And down to a score prediction. I'd like to think we turn this around. I'd like to think that we go to Southampton and we get our heads out of our backsides and we actually start playing as we normally would. But you never know. You never know with this Chelsea team. It's like as Gattuso said, sometimes may be good, sometimes maybe the rest, right? It's Ramadan, I don't want to swear. I don't know. With a score prediction, though, I'm hoping we get a win. I'm going to keep it tight. I'm going to go 1-0. 1-0 Chelsea. 1-0 Chelsea. Although, I'm going to be real with you. You know me, I love transparency and I like to be honest with you guys. Deep down, I can see a draw on the cards. I can see a 1-1. But hopefully we get a 1-0. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And hopefully that will build up some momentum or at least some consistency up here. Some confidence going into the Real Madrid game, because we're going to need more than confidence. We're going to need a miracle. Like we need to score twice minimum and not concede. We need 3 to win the tie at the Bernabeu. It's a mission. It's a mission. We're going to have to see if we do it. But first game is Southampton. We bottle this, forget Madrid. We get something here, we can start at least thinking to a percentage about Madrid. So anyway, let me know what you think below in the comment section below. I'd love to have a look and see what all of you are feeling going into this, how you think it's going to go down. But thank you all so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. I will be here for the watch along tomorrow, 3 p.m. kickoff. And I did get an explanation as to why it's on Saturday, not Sunday, because we're playing on Tuesday. That's why. So it makes sense. It makes sense. But watch along tomorrow. We'll be live on here for that. And then the match review immediately afterwards. So hopefully we get 3 points. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you then. Take care. And peace.